of the morning's here. It's Island Course. Potato. Hi here, Finns here. I'm back for another video and it's time for me to review and rank the songs for Ireland in Eurovision 2022. Yes, Ireland are finally going back to a national final this year after 6 or 7 years or something like that. They are back to do a national selection to select their song for Eurovision 2022. So yes, they are going back to the national selection route, the Late Late Show, which, you know what, they have had a few internal selections which haven't always worked out for Ireland's case. So maybe it might be a good thing having the public having a choice of what song they should send to Eurovision this year. Let's hope something good comes out of Ireland this year. So we've got 6 songs. I've had like a bit of a week to listen to them, review them, and now I'm going to rank them, my top 6 of my personal favourites of the songs, of starting 6 being the worst and being number 1 being the best of my personal view on it. So yes, I'm going to do a rank and review on it, so let's do this now. So my number 6, my least favourite from this national selection, it was a toss-up between 2, I can't lie, but my number 6, I'm going to give it to Rachel Goody with her song I'm Loving Me. Yeah, it was one of the songwriters on this was like one of the songwriters for Raphael's The Ride, Poland last year, and you can kind of tell with this song. It's kind of an 80s throwback, but I just don't think it's wow enough, hasn't really have the incredible fact behind it. The transitions are a bit off. I think Rachel is good. I think she's known as a country singer in Ireland. So I'm surprised she's now been given and has to sing this kind of dated song. And it becomes, of course, dated. There's nothing amazing about this. It's just a generic 80s throwback song. It just wouldn't stand out. And lyrically, it's a bit cliche. It's just a bit... It doesn't feel like it's been updated today. It still feels dated. It feels like it's still from 1988. It just wouldn't stand out in the crowd of a semi-final, and I think it just wouldn't be a good song for Ireland to send. I think Rachel's a good singer. I think she sings it well. I just wish she had a better song, sadly. My number 5 is Miles Graham with his song, Yeah, We're Gonna Get Out of It. Now, yeah. Well, there is like a good spirit behind this. There is, you know, it comes from a good place, this song. It's about getting out of COVID, getting out of lockdown, and I can kind of see, and it's heartwarming, you know, the children, he's got kids, that's all nice. But for me, I just kind of get a bit bored, like 2 minutes in listening to the song. Are we gonna get out of it? Are we gonna get out of it? Constantly on repeat, and it does become a bit too repetitive for me. And I think a song about COVID and lockdowns, and I feel like now we're in 2022, I feel like the world's kind of moved on, and I think Eurovision don't really need to have a song talking about COVID anymore. I think we've kind of moved on. If this was 2021, maybe, you know, might be a bit more suited, but I think, you know, I kind of wish we can go away and not have so many songs about COVID, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, with Go A, that original song like had like masks and PPE wearing, and I'm glad they didn't send that to Eurovision. But I just kind of wish like it's just like heard it all before, kind of. It just feels like, are we going to get out of it? It's like constantly. It's a shame because it's quite a heartwarming song, you know. And there is good meaning, there's good messages about all different races, and you know, there's a little animation about taking the kneel, and actually it's a really you know, pretty messages, but I just think it just loses it for me slightly, unfortunately, and yeah, and I think I am gonna get out of it right now. My number 4, I'm gonna give it to Janet Gorgon with her song Ashes of Yesterday. You know, I recognise, this is one of the faces competing in the national selection, I do recognise Janet because she competed on the X Factor in 2014. I think she got as far as the 6-chair challenge, and in 2016 she got as far as judges' houses in the same year as our Alto did. And she did make a live show on the same year as Honey G did. That was quite a controversial decision that she, like, Janet didn't go through to live shows and Honey G did. I remember all that drama. And she's also been on the Eurovision stage before. She's been a backing vocalist for Nicky Byrne and Rhino Chocolate that did make the final. This song reminds me of a song the Mummers would have sent, or probably could have sent, or might still send at Melfest, because it's got that kind of gospel undertone. Ashes of Yesterday. It is a bit safe. It is a bit on the safety side. However, this is not like safety painful. It's so safe. It's a bit safe. It's a bit generic, but you're warm to it. It wouldn't make an impact at Eurovision, and I don't think this would be the right choice for Ireland to take. Not because Janet's great. I think she does elevate the song, but I just think the song. I just keep thinking Ireland just struggles to qualify year on year at Eurovision, and I just don't think this would be the song to get them over the hurdle of qualifying. But it's not a bad song. It's just a bit sounding on the safe side, and I know Janet probably could have done a bit more. This is less like the Mummers and more like Anna Slovnik from Slovenia that did make it. So, it's not a bad attempt, not a bad song, but a bit safe, sadly. My number 3 is Brendan Murray with his song Real Love. Now, Brendan Murray is obviously a well-known face, as we all remember him from Eurovision 2017 with his song Dying to Try, and that big helium balloon that he sucked up all the air for, made his voice really high. And he didn't qualify, sadly, to the finals in 2017. And now he's back. He's also done X Factor in the UK in 2018. Made it to live shows, which was great. I thought he really elevated when he got to X Factor. And also before Eurovision, he was also in the boy band Hometown. Yeah, Louis Walsh was behind his boy band and him going to Eurovision as well. What I think about his song, this year, I actually quite like it, actually. It's a nice, sweet ballad. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's not adventurous. It's not risky. It's a simple, nice ballad. It's nice. He shows off a nice voice. It doesn't feel grating like maybe Dying to Try did. I actually prefer this than Dying to Try. I think it's a nice song. I don't know how well it would do if it goes to Eurovision. I kind of worry, like, if this does win the Late Show, like, and it goes to Eurovision and he fails again to qualify, you kind of think, oh no, Brendan, no, it's just like a big risk to go back to Eurovision. But it's a nice attempt. I think it's a really nice, sweet song. It reminds me of Together from Rhino Sugar Sea. It could do with a bit of more climax at the end of the song. But it's very nice. It's very sweet. It's very pleasant. Yeah, nothing groundbreaking, but it's just a nice song, and I don't mind it. I actually quite like it. Okay, my number 2 goes to Patrick O'Sullivan with his song One Night, One Kiss, One Promise. Now, yeah, I like this one as well. I feel like it feels very Irish. There's, you know, you can tell that this song is from Ireland, especially by his vocals. His vocal tone is very Irish. He's got a very Irish voice, you know what I mean? When he sings, you know, you can tell he's from Ireland, and I like that with this song. This song was also written by Nicky Byrne, obviously from Westlife, and also done Eurovision before in 2016, sadly, because he didn't make the final. But I actually quite like the song they wrote. It does feel like a song like Westlife or Boyzone could probably sing right now. But I like it. I like it. It's got some really nice lyrics, got a nice lyric video. It's, you know, has a nice pace to it. It's got a nice, strong, punchy chorus. I like it. I mean, staging is key with this, because I could see like a similar vibe like Sunlight with Nicky Byrne's song, like that unfortunately, you know, was hurt by staging because it just wasn't impactful enough. So it just really needs, if it's going to qualify, it needs that punch, it needs that good colourful staging that maybe Sunlight didn't. But I like this. I see potential in this. I think Patrick's got a really just nice voice. I think the song really, you know, really shows off a lot of Ireland, and yeah, I think this could be a dark horse maybe to win the Late Show, because I think the juries would really like this, and I think maybe the televoters at home could really get behind this. It's got that radio feel vibe as well. You could hear this on the radio. I quite like this. This is another one that actually I don't mind if it wins. Actually, I see potential in this. I think this would have a chance. It would have a chance. That means my number 1 goes to Brooke Siar with her song That's Rich. Now, Brooke competed on the 2020 series of The Voice UK, and she got all the way to the final. Well done, Brooke. In a very difficult year to do The Voice UK in 2020 when they had to hold it for like 6 months or something. So, well done to her. That's Rich. It's a very unique song for Ireland to have at the contest. It's not a very usual sound. I like this. I think this definitely has the most potential. It's kind of a rocky pop song with kind of a strong hook. That's rich. Bye bye rich. Not bye bye rich. Bye bye fool. Yeah. Easy to remember, I know. But you know what? She can sing this. You know, we've seen it on The Voice UK. She can sing. And yeah, I think like this has a really like strong chorus. It's got nice verses. I think that speaking word bit, you know, they could cut that little bit out or fix it a little bit because it does feel a bit cringy. But I see, you know, this song could do with a bit of tuck, a bit of a rework. But I definitely see, out of the 6 songs, this would have the most potential at Eurovision. I think it's edgy. I think, you know, it's a good pop song at the end of the day, and I think Brooke really sells it very well. And I think, yes, yeah, she kicks ass with the song. I mean, will she win the Late Late Show? That is the question. I just don't know if she will, because, you know, it's going to be interesting how she's going to perform this live, because you know what, she could really mess it up if she does too much choreography on stage, like that could really mess up her vocals. I do worry about that, and like the kind of audience that watches the Late Late Show might not pick up the phone and vote for up-tempo songs, they might go for the ballads. That being said, you know, Jedward won the Late Late Show, I think. Ryan Dolan won the Late Late Show with an up-tempo song. Casey Smith and Carolyn won the Late Late Show with a kind of up-tempo song. So it's only with Molly Sterling in recent years they had the Late Late Show that she had a ballad. That a ballad's won actually, Late Late Show. So yeah, I've got a funny feeling that Patrick O'Sullivan's going to win the Late Late Show. I just can see that demographic, and the juries could really go behind that, maybe a bit more. That seems Patrick, seeing the running order, Patrick will be the first one on and Brooke will be the last one on, so maybe that evens it all out. Maybe the field's a bit wide open now. So I mean, I wouldn't mind if Brooke or Patrick went to Eurovision. I'll be happy with those two. If it's the other 4, then I mean, Brendan and Janet I wouldn't mind as well, but I don't know how result-wise they would do. I think with Brooke or Patrick, you know, they have a bit more of a chance of qualifying. We'll see. I think staging is key. I think live vocals are also key. You know, you've got to take that into consideration. We've only listened to audio cuts. I just hope Highland really picks a good song this year. I really hope we don't get another non-qualifier. Oh my goodness. I just want, you know, a good, you know, I just want to see Ireland qualify again. And they're in a good draw, you know. Second half, the second semi-final with the UK voting. So watch this space. But in any case, who is your favourite from the Irish national selection? Comment down below in the comment section below, and like and subscribe to this video, and I will be back for more content very soon. Till then, goodbye people, goodbye. Diddle.